His Excellency the President's appeal for peace and national cohesion, his acknowledgement of logistical challenges that probably affected some of the operations of the Electoral Commission and other election management bodies, while making very clear, and this is important, that those challenges do not in any way but have affected the overall outcome of the results. But he said he's listened to them and is going to put forward an elections review committee to be chaired by no less a person than our distinguished vice president, but will include civil society, development partners, and a wide array of citizens to review both the legal framework on how we conduct our elections and the recommendations that have been made.
Of course, Minister, I think the president's speech was in reference to the opposition APC members of parliament, who I understand also boycotted the session. So what do you say about that?
Well, it's important to note that following the last elections, our friends and siblings, I should say, in the opposition party have decided that the way they're going to protest was that they will not participate in the entire governance process. They have instituted what they are referring to as a boycott. So they have not been in parliament, except, of course, for one of them, the Honorable Mohamed Bangura, who was proudly in his partisan colors and who said that, no, even if we have disagreements, we should seek to resolve these disagreements through the laid down procedures in our constitution. That's what the president was referring to today. So, of course, I think we acknowledge our family, our folks, our friends in the opposition. And the president was saying to them that we have to act with political maturity. We have to think about the peace, the stability, and the democracy of our nation. And he was inviting them to come to the table and let's have a conversation. Let's move our country forward. You cannot take your toys and go home. This is a governance process, and you have to be part of it.
Minister, it's a pleasure to speak with you again. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, followers, when I welcome once again, Danabi, the newly approved Minister of Information and Civic Education. We talked to the BBC on the speech where the president delivered. Now the Parliament of Salon, who said the president make emphasis on the national cohesion and peaceful existence. Also in the news, we see on social media today, helicopter do an emergency landing in some area by the Waterloo axis, and there has been a lot of explanation about what was the reason behind that. But fortunately, the ministry in charge of aviation don't pull a press release where I get for freedom to una all for make you understand. This is the absolute fact. Any other statement you may hear, just ignore it, right? This one is from the Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. The Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority, SLCAA, wishes to inform the general public about an occurrence of a safety nature involving a helicopter with registration number ZSRWT from Monrovia en route to Banjul via Lunge on 5th August 2023 at 11:51 UTC with overflight and landing permit number LP stroke 01023 stroke 0574, technical stop only. Unfortunately, the aircraft developed technical issues mid-air, and the pilot had to do precautionary landing in an open ground around the Newton-Waterloo axis with 2 crew on board. A team of SLCAA safety inspectors, SLP and ONS officers arrived at the scene few hours upon a receipt of notification from Lunge Air Traffic Control Tower, who had been contacted by the crew. The aircraft was searched by the SLP, led by the LUC Watlow Division, whilst the SLCAA safety inspectors carried out the necessary safety checks. And the crew were advised to reposition the aircraft to Hastings for further maintenance and repair. The aircraft is currently under the custody of the RSLAF at Hastings, awaiting the maintenance team from Skyhorse Aviation. The authority assures the general public of commitment to enhancing safety and security of civil aviation in the country. So, for those who may not get information about this particular helicopter, that this message come up from the aviation ministry. So let me just watch the video where we talk about this particular incident.
Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The police in Waterloo, led by the LUC CSP Mr. Ibrahim Sama, today, Saturday, August the 5th, 2023, received distress calls that helicopter land emergency one, now one village they call Sheure, along the Fubo road. So the LUC began for lead a team as soon as they see so many police officers them now they feel then come. They don't already rescue the crew members them. This is not the helicopter as soon as they see. And the helicopter this way make the emergency landing na the field. The place now is something like 15 miles away from central Waterloo. According to the crew members, they say they get a mechanical failure due to the rotor or so. So the crew members in the list, the one a British citizen, the other one in the under where they move go so in a South African citizen. So we the police don't respond. We they try now for take them things them so that we will able for help them for letting things that will be safe. We will take the things them. They will provide security for the helicopter until the team wait for come. Until the team wait for come help for fix the helicopter. Come you see the LUC now Waterloo CSP Ibrahim. They talk already one engineer don't come. We himself. They then at the scene. They see lots of people like a big area. They see the water yonder. See, complete forest, no houses around, no houses. Just come make this emergency landing. Where everything's safe. We the police are there, so everybody's fine. One for the crew in the yard, so police officers are all over the place. For now, these are the updates. Thank you so much. Me and ASP Aliu Jalo from Waterloo.
Okay, Sierra-Leoneans. Yes, Rosemont Matia, thank you for following SN News Blog. Thank you very much. Then are the news about this particular helicopter. Don't rumor it in another version. The absolute fact is that the helicopter began technical problem in the Apple anywhere so far. Moreover, I can always tell you one thing. I am not here to interfere with the current investigation ongoing, but I have that legitimate right to clear some point, especially if I don't get another rumors. I will come out and tell them that. Yeah, I didn't about I will confirm that one. I say another person about Bo City. Probably it would be like one of the battalions around here. Instead, they don't call them for questioning relating to the disturb way some Sierra Leoneans about disturb the peace in the country. Then there is a particular rumor also where they come out, but this I don't try for contact me man them in Liberia for let them confirm them. I'm not able to get any absolute confirmation. There is this rumor for say Ete also was part of this arrangement, and in the run away to go Liberia. How they don't arrest them in Liberia, and they don't detain them, and they fork out and back, repatriate them to Salon for can go through the investigation. So for now, then information that I get for una way come on at the country. You get plenty things then. But before I go, let's just make this thing clear. Either you're a member of the ruling government, either you're in opposition, or whatever you may be in this country, take this from me. Peaceful nature is important past bad governance. Let me just assume, say, because this is how politics is currently trending in Africa. You can do your best, but the opposition, they go by all means for discredit you. So that one day we don't used to run out. Then they make claims, say this government is not working. So if this government is not working, you want to tell me, say, when there is turmoil in this country, it better pass SVP in governance? Ask yourself this question. And I have never mentioned anything relating to tribe. Yeah, because me na one kind person where they always see Sierra as all na one. It doesn't matter. In fact, if you question person or you disturb person because of in tribe, you know to Muslim, you know to Christian, because you dey try for doubt God in creation. You not believe in waiting God do. God know the reason why He make we all na Sierra Leone, why He make this person, this particular tribe, He make that person the other tribe. And in fact, tribe has nothing to do. It is just, let's say, a geographical way of communicating. If you come on at the north, in a certain area, you speak this tribe. The only motive of tribe now for just communicate. You not get any other thing. Yeah? So that is why most times me not can bring in a tribal something that me programs them, because I'm not going able to do them. Those way they greatly help me. Yeah, even like what they want this blog, those way they help me. Now people of different tribes, specifically in the tribe. Yeah. But like waiting people and plan for doing in this country. Whatever you may say, the APC is dominated by the Temne people. The SLPP is dominated by the Mendes. Yes, all other tribes, and they both APC and SLPP. Election done over. Yeah? We don't go into the pool. And clearly, unless probably you just want to create unnecessary situation, the observers they raise concerns, but they don't ever talk to President Bio no win. Their concern was the election for don't go second round. President Bio for don't lead first rounds, but for don't go second round. Then election done, they don't declare President Bio as the president. And President Bio is being elected by young people, those who believe in them, including, not only even the one in a stronghold. You get people in the North will vote for them because they believe in them. Take this from me. If you go by any, because it cannot work, in fact, let me just make this thing clear. Because the man is loved, then God did behind them heavily. God did behind them heavily. President Bio, God did behind them. And there's one thing about them. Don't take in quietness for granted. It just get what we call emotional intelligence, which is very, very high. Now that makes certain things, even we they support them heavily. They talk, say, quiet, blah, blah, blah. No, more times you need for quiet. So any action where you take, Any action where you take, but purpose to just use back political lens for analyze them, but you can always take the right action. So, like we just see this plan with the man, they have a plan, a go through. Take this for me. You have declared a war against the Southeasterners in this country. You've declared, let me say, a war against the Southeasterners. I'm not killing for talk something where they create panic in the media. But that is the fact. Then self no go agree. Because the only way you can go to power now through the ballot box. Through the ballot box. So even those way they even think about that, forget about it. Forget about it. It cannot work because nobody not ready for that. You go grumble say the only way you can able kind of power your way 2028. So the one them way feel say they will come to power through the corners, they are mistaken. The man way they under God the protector. Past how even the security that they protect them. God na they be them. God. So these are the messages where I come. I can always come for can't tell you now. Now some of their statements they are there for the speaker for the people to get a hard fact. Going against President Bio means you are going against the majority of Sierra Leoneans. So let's wait for the democratic means. If you have the number, go to the police station. Vote against President Bio. Or vote against the SLPP. So this is just declared, you know. So the one that way they pass and talk or plan a Djibouti in there, forget about it. Forget about it. It cannot work. It cannot work. Thank you.